Sometimes people go through trial moments, and these times we tend to go even to the deepest part of our lives, and people tend to forget the goodness side. People also tend to, feel down, completely broken. But do you know the scripture puts it clear that beauty for ashes? This is the Testimony Chronicles with me, Mark Elion Boari. And today we are going to have a guest here who is going to speak to us what she has gone through. We are glad that you are there with us. Remember, you can like this, comment, and I will try to read some of the comments, and we will be glad. And those who will be on YouTube, kindly do subscribe, do like the page, and as well, always comment that we can, know what is happening. Do some adjustments here and there. We will be glad. Thank you very much. Let's now roll it out. Ma'am,
Yes.
karibu sana for this talk again.
Asante.
Yesterday we had that technical itch, and even you accepting to come again.
Oh, yes.
I'm really humbled.
Thank you.
Kindly introduce yourself to the people who are watching us,
Sure.
and from there we will pick. They want to know who are you,
Sure.
so that we can now begin to talk.
Thank you very much. Okay, viewers, my name is Helen Juguna. I'm a mother of two sons, Robert Nyangusi and John Seneu. And I'm a born-again Christian woman. I like Jesus as my personal savior. And all in all, my profession, I'm a teacher by profession in the children ministry in the church, and also as a teacher in the career grounds. Welcome, and this is the right time that you as a person, you should understand, after the ashes, there always a beauty. Welcome.
Indeed, after the ashes, there is beauty.
Yes.
Now, even before we go further,
Yes.
we are speaking, when I was speaking to her in the previous times, I found myself saying a cancer survivor. And she told me, no, don't call me a cancer survivor. I'm a cancer defeater. Indeed, she is a cancer defeater, and we are going to speak widely of her life throughout that session. And I am assured that at the end, somebody out there will find hope,
Sure.
because that is why we are here.
Oh, yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what was your first reaction when you were told that you had cancer?
Okay, before the doctor himself told
Mhm.
me that I had cancer,
Mhm.
I thank God that I had that attitude of curiosity and positivity.
Mhm.
The process was that I went for a biopsy. They removed a piece of meat. They went for the testing, and that's when it was recognized that I have cancer. But before the doctor told me, I read through the reports. After reading through the report, each and every word I wanted to know, what is this, the medical language that they use. I wanted to know. Automatically, I came in a sentence that they said I have the squamous cell carcinoma, which is a type of cancer. So when I was taking the report to the doctor, I already, me myself, knew I had cancer. I took it positively, because before I have gone through very many challenges, and I overcame them, hard challenges, and I believed even this one, I can overcome it. That is I faced cancer positively. Yes, I had fear, yes, like a human being, a normal human being, but with that positive mind, I tried to check and to pursue with it.
Which was red flags that indicated to you that there's something wrong with my body?
It was in 2018, around November, December, just as we closed down the school. That is when I started, boils came out of my body, one at the back, one at the arm, and one at the right leg. Oh, it was on the right side of my body. I was treating the boils. Then in a period of 1 or 2 months, the other boys got healed. The one at the arm, the one at the back, but there is this one at the leg, the right leg, that took time to get healed. And at the same time, there was also another wound. There was also another wound that was under, it was on my right vulva, the human anatomy, the right vulva. So I asked the doctor now, I think this one was one of the boys that it didn't mature to burst. He told me, the doctor told me it's not a boil. Then I asked him, what is it? He told me, let us treat it as the genital ulcer disease. So I asked him, do we have even ulcers in our genitals? He told me, yes, it's just a normal thing. So after 1 month of treatment, it didn't bring a change. Instead of it reducing, it started growing. Then I asked the doctor again, what happens when you come to this stage? He told me, I better refer you. And he asked me, where do you want me to I refer you? I told him, I wanted, okay, let me refer me to Kenyatta University, Kenyatta Hospital. And that is where I started my journey. When I went there, I started like a normal patient at the casualty. I went to those clinics, and then the process went like that until now, when one of the doctors that I met at Kenyatta asked me, what is this on your leg? I gave him the story. After giving him the story, then he told me, okay, that is where I started the journey. So those were the red flags
Now,
at that moment.
did you ever imagine that you will get cancer? You know, just imagining that maybe this is cancer, or you just took it as a casual 1 or 2 diseases?
Yeah, I didn't have that idea that I'll have cancer. I have gone through many hard things. My body has been changing several times, but I had never thought of having cancer in my body. Yes, I have never thought having cancer. So that one was not. It was not there. It was a story that I cannot read it in my life. Yes, but it came.
Now, you are a Christian.
Yes.
And a born-again Christian.
Yes.
Now, the doctor has told you this is cancer.
Yes.
And by the way, before we go even to that question, which stage, when now the report came to you that it is cancer, I'm very sure the doctor told you this is stage whatever. Which stage was it?
Okay. At that time, I took the report to a gynecologist. So that was not an oncologist. So the doctor wanted to give me roundabouts, not to tell me exactly what is happening. Then I told him, excuse me, doctor, what I understand is I have squamous cell carcinoma, and this is a type of cancer. Please, I want you to tell me what stage it is. Then the doctor called some of his colleagues. They checked my report. Then he asked me, can I ask you a question? I told him, yes. Are you a medic? I told him, no. I'm just a mere kindergarten teacher. And how do you know about all this? I'm just curious, and I want to know more about my body. That was the answer. So when he saw that I'm not fearful, because breaking to a patient that he or she has cancer, it's even hard to them. But when he saw that I'm not fearful, he told me, okay, then I asked him, what are we going to do? So when they staged me, they saw that it was stage 3B. That 3B. Yes, 3B.
That means heading to 4.
Heading to 4.
Now, as a Christian,
yes,
a born again, you've been serving God from the time you were born again.
Yes.
How did you feel, you trying to connect yourself with the God who loves his people?
Yes.
You are his daughter.
Yes.
Did you ever kind of regret of this God that you are serving?
As a human being, yes. There's sometimes I was asking, surely, God, if you are there, why me? Why me? And why at this moment? As a human being, yes, it comes a time that you are down, even you believe there is not this God. I even came to a time asking God, God, I've known you. I have passed through hardships and you have held my hand. I have overcome them. Why now this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I used to ask very many questions. Then all of a sudden, again, another spirit talks to me and tell me, remember, the God who removed you from the other hardships is still the God even today. So if you just believe in this God, even this one you shall overcome. So that is how, that was recalling in my mind now and then, yes.
And how did you now begin to break the news to your friends or your close family members?
Wow.
You
it
know,
wa-
I kind of think it must be somehow tough because how even do you begin?
Wow, it was, I can remember it was in May 2019 when the report came. When I received the report, I came with it at home, and after reading it and evaluating what I was suffering from, I was the one who broke to my sons. I told them, now, Mom, your mom has cancer. That is what I told them. Your mom has cancer. And I told them with a broken heart that I didn't know what was the reaction to their faces. Then my second-born son, who is John, told me, Mom, that you have cancer. Yes. Okay. You'll not be the first one, neither will you be the last one. So what we are supposed to do, we just follow what the doctors say. And that is when my turnaround of all this situation came by. I took myself in those shoes of that boy telling me, sorry, Mom, you're not going to be the first one, neither are you not going to be the last one. So that is when I stood and I said, wow. So they have taken it positive. I also need to take it positive and to start fighting this thing called cancer. That is how I broke to my children.
Wow.
And when I was calling my friends and hello, yes, I went to the hospital, I was told this and this and this, and I was in a jovial mood. They were like, are you serious? I'm like, oh yes. And you are laughing. And why should I cry? That is what the report has come. And even there's a friend, I told him, but remember, what all the doctors says is not true. That is what I used to. And are you serious? I would, oh, yes, I am. Come and see the report. So I took that part positive, and according as I told you before, there was that spirit that was talking to me. If God had taken you all those hurdles that you overcame, even this one, He will go through with you. Yes.
Is cancer, the way it is known, you know, most people tend to believe that definitely is a death sentence.
Oh no.
Now, how did you overcome the fears of treatments, such as side effects there, or possibility of death, you know?
Yeah. When I was going to the clinics, that fear of seeing other patients that had started treatment before you could even put you in a, okay, am I going to be like this? Then when you are just there waiting for the treatment, you talk to each other. You ask the other patient, where are you suffering from? Someone will tell you, I have the cancer of the stomach. The other side will tell you, I have the cancer of the breast. The other one will tell you, I have the cancer of the uterus. The other one. So I could like, okay, so I'm not alone. And I used to ask even patients, which stage were you? Which stage were you? And even it came a time I could always ask the doctor, surely, doctor, am I going to overcome this? Then the doctor would tell me, yeah, even the treatment, after the treatment, you see it by yourself. By yourself. So that is how I was fearful, but at the same time, I'm going to be positive about this. Oh, this one was stage 4. Me, I'm not already stage 4. This one you can hear, I was stage 4, but now I'm going through with my treatment. And you can see that person is strong. So that is how, seeing through other patients, that's when I started, oh, so this thing is real, and you can overcome it. But even sometimes you see some of the patients and you feel, God, am I going to be like this patient? Yeah, there was that fear. There was.
Now, away from the medication, what else did you do to help you meet the challenges of your treatment?
All right. At that moment, God sent people into my life. First and foremost, I would like to thank my pastor's wife so much that when she was the message was taken to her, she said Mama Roba is not going to die, and she took a step of sending one of her friends to me so that that friend of hers could help me. And funny enough, the friend was also a cancer defeater. When I met the lady by name Monica, she told me, when I was given the story, she was in cancer cervix stage 4 and she overcame it. So I was like, oh, she was stage 4, yes. And me, I'm just stage 3B. And this lady is strong and doing her things, yes. So I'm also going to overcome it. So that is, that lady called Monica came into my life and she told me, I'm going to help you in this and this way. This is what I did. And if you follow what I did, automatically you shall overcome it. Awesome. And she told me the first medicine is faith. Faith is the first medicine, followed by you as a woman being righteous. So those are the hours that she gave me. Yes.
Now, death, as we said earlier, that most people take it as a death sentence. Did you ever think that now, here is death? Sasa hapa kimeumana, kifo ndio hii, like, you know, some will even go further to put their house in order, things in order. Did it ever occur to you the fear of death?
Oh yes, like a human being, automatically when you hear these dreaded diseases, you just understand, okay, the next thing people see is death. Like now, just a few years back, people even were not knowing what they're being diagnosed at, but it came to be cancer later. And when you, like it was before, when you hear people having the HIV virus, that person is counted like now that one is just dead. You see, the same to cancer. When I heard about that, this is cancer, but people know that after cancer is just death. There's nothing else. So, but what I want to tell people, cancer is not a death sentence. That's what I would like to tell them.
Awesome.
Yes.
My friend, when somebody has gone through, we call it the valley of the shadow of death.
Yes.
And then you come out there and you say, you know, this is not a death sentence. Indeed, there is power in what she's speaking because she has known, she has gone through it. You know, sometimes back somebody tells me, you can't tell somebody, oh, I understand you because of what you are going through, and that person has not gone through it. But now we are speaking to the person who has gone through it, and she is telling you out there that it is not a death sentence. Now, ma'am, back to you.
Yes.
What did others close to you, those people who are close to you, do for you that made a difference?
Okay, people stood with me. My family, my siblings, we are 4. I'm the firstborn in our family, and my sister Teresia, my brother David, and my younger sister Catherine. They all were there for me, including my 2 sons, and much, much more. The family of KAG Unity. That I always call them my family because they stood with me when I needed people most in my life. They prayed for me. They supported me financially. People could come by in my house. How are you doing? It was really a tough time, but people stood with me. But even though some left at that position, yes.
And how did you feel when some left? You know, close people when they leave you. How did you even manage that? And you are in that, you are still in that situation because you are not out of it.
Now, as I told you, when you are diagnosed with cancer, people know that now that is a finished game. So we just go and wait for her to be announced. It is over. That is some. When I took some of the friends as that is what they had ruled. Now there is no need of having this person closer to me again because this is the last moments of her life. Yes.
And now, did you ever think that you will lose this battle because you've begun the journey of healing? And you know, we always say that we are running a race, and only until you reach to the rope. So did you ever think that, I lose this, I will lose this battle?
When you are in pain, body pain. When you are in pain, you'll think a lot of things. But it came a time because of the encouraging words that people used to come and tell you. People, when they call you, they tell you, do not worry, God knows. Even this time, what you're going through, God knows. Those words kept on ringing in my mind. Funny enough, I had never seen my death. Sometimes I could think, okay, after cancer is death, but I had never seen my death. Whereby you can talk to someone, tells me I had seen, I'm going to die. I had started planning, even I had started forgiving those people who wronged me, preparing myself to go, to be okay when I die. I had never seen death in my life, because as before I told you, I recounted how many times has God walked with me in hurdles, hard times behind. How many times this is not the time that God will leave you. Yes. So I had never seen death in my life.
Awesome. Remember, everyone out there who is watching, you can leave your comment. You can also ask a question. I'll post it to her.
Sure.
And as well, you can like. And those on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as well as comment and like this channel, so that we can reach many out there. Yes. I can see them who are following this. I'm grateful for this. Those who are liking this, I'm grateful for this. And remember, you can spread the word out there. Sometimes we go through trial moments, and today we are speaking of a disease. Tomorrow we don't know what we'll be speaking about, but I'm sure that people are going through various situations, and you can tell them to tune in so that we can uplift one another. Remember, we say that an iron sharpens another. And therefore, we are here to encourage, to give hope to that hopeless situation. And I'm telling you, it is not a hopeless situation. It can be defeated. We are speaking to a cancer defeater, not a survivor. Remember, that is what we are doing. Now, ma'am.
Yes.
What are you doing differently from what you used to do after healing?
Wow. My life turned around. The way I used to feed, I have changed my feeding patterns. And that is one of the things that helped me overcome it. And despite going to the hospital and having those treatments, I went for the radiotherapy. I went for 33 sessions. I changed my eating habits. I became disciplined in eating. Before, I could eat even a whole loaf of bread alone. Yes. But now I changed.
Speaking of changing the eating habit.
Yes.
Are you saying there are some foods that we are not supposed to be eating sana? Unajua sasa watu kama sisi wengine wanafanyanga kazi, wako busy throughout. Wengine young people out there wanapenda chakula cha haraka.
Yes, junky
I really
foods.
don't know. Maybe you can tell us the kind of foods you used to eat and now this new trend in your life.
Yes. All right. As we know now in our country, some of our foods are chemically grown. And when these foods are chemically grown, we take them more. Like, for example, I was a good chips eater. Yeah, I could eat chips in the morning, afternoon, in the evening, right? Eggs, I was a very good egg eater. I could, in the morning, 2, afternoon 2, in the evening 2, that is 6 in a day. Yes.
Wewe wale watu wa chipo mwitu na watu wa kukogewa mayai munasikia.
Waachane nayo. I was also a very good meat eater. Yes, I used to take a lot of meat very well.
Hey, speaking of meat, mimi napenda nyama. Tena kwanza nyama choma nararua sasa.
Yes, that nyama choma. I was good at it. There's somewhere I always used to do at the end of the month, I could say, okay, wacha nikarudishie mwili shukrani. Nyama, nyama choma,
Oh
ugali,
my.
and kachumbari, and I could eat, au kuku soma, nikae chini nikule, and I used to ask with ugali. Even in the hotel, people could like, that is a woman asking for ugali and kuku, not chips and kuku. So there were some things that I used to do it in an extended way that even they zilichangia kugonjeka kwangu. But when niligonjeka, and from the help of that lady I was telling you about, Monica, she told me, number one, stop this, and you'll see. And I could ask her why. And she gave me if you eat this too much of this, the cancer cells in your body, they like this, and that's why they'll never die. You see, they'll never die because you have them and they have multiplied abnormally. Now, if you continue eating these things, of which I'm sorry to say, some of the doctors will never tell you usikule. I'm sorry to say that. Doctors will tell you, in fact, I can remember when I went for my first counseling in an oncology clinic, they told me, wewe umeruhusiwa kula kila kitu, usijali, usikose kukula kila kitu. And here you have a cancer defeater who is telling you, don't do this. Whom will you trust? Whom will you trust? This is a cancer defeater. She had cervix of cancer stage 4. She had gone for 7 chemos. She overcame it through alternative treatment. That is foods, only food, fruits and vegetables. Why not? Why don't I hear from her who had gone through? Although even the doctor told me I have to continue with the treatment, I went through the treatment, but on top of that, I also followed what the lady told me, and that's how I overcame. It is true, I ate things that I had never eaten.